Last week I discussed difference of opinion about movie reviews on my channel and anybody's channel, about how opinions are met with a lot of hate comments on YouTube, not just on YouTube but on social media in general. This week I want to talk about something I've been wanting to talk about for a long time, and that is, well, two things. One is my accent, because I'm from Glasgow, Scotland, and how people perceive me and my accent around the world, and also troll comments in general. I'm going to read out a bunch of troll comments which will lead on to me talking about my accent and accents around the world. Last year, I think it was, myself and Emma from Spooky Astronauts were going to do some sort of collaboration video regarding our accents. Emma's from Australia and some people have a hard time understanding her, as well as myself being from Glasgow, Scotland. Some people have a hard time understanding me. So we were going to do some sort of collaboration about how people perceive us and make a little joke about it. That didn't happen, but I still pursued the idea of looking into it. So I will read out a few comments. I do get quite a lot of troll comments, and full disclosure guys, troll comments don't annoy me. They don't irritate me one bit. I actually really like the troll comments, and if you look at on my comments on my channel, and even if you ask some of the trolls, I respond to most of the troll comments in a troll kind of manner. I don't take them seriously at all. I do take some seriously that are not troll-like. Like, you do get a few comments of keyboard warriors who are being genuine and they're not being trolls, they're just being very nasty. Some of those guys I don't respond to, but when I get a light-hearted troll comment, I tend to respond to it because it's a bit of fun. Plus they're watching my video ultimately anyway. So I'll go through some comments I've just picked out over the past few months, 6 months or so. There is a lot more, and there's a few repeat offenders which I won't mention. Now that's another thing I won't mention, is their names. I won't mention anybody's names because I don't want to give them any fame, even though this channel is not huge, but I don't want to comment on their name because I don't think it's really worth it, because they're trolls at the end of the day. So let's look into the comments that I get. So here's the first one. I'm not surprised you didn't like this movie, Winston McGregor. But then again, wearing that Baba Black Sheep sweater and foaming at Hallow crap proves you have no fashion sense or taste. This film is sophisticated, intellectual, and is a thinking man's / werewolf's piece. Walk, Bonnie, walk. Leave this lad to his human haggis in the Highlands. He is beyond help. He is beyond help. Howl. So this is somebody making fun of my accent. Again, I'll go into the accents a little later on. This guy who, excuse me, I won't mention, I had to block this guy. I thought his troll comments were quite funny to begin with, but they got very repetitive and a little bit annoying. This one is a tame one, but it does get a little bit of hatred. This guy, he must come from a country where he doesn't like Scottish people. I won't name what country that could be. But he obviously doesn't like Scottish people, and he doesn't care what I say. He just wants to annoy me because I'm Scottish. I don't know why I've done that, I am Scottish. So that's the first one. So next one we've got, this isn't my words guys, I'm going to read them as they are. This one says, fucking hell, could have put spoiler review in the title. Selfish cunt talks about not reading comments and not wanting to spoil it for himself. Then he tells everything. Shit review, shit channel. Now, if he didn't care about my review and he didn't like my channel, he wouldn't come on to my channel basically. I can't remember which video he's talking about. I can't remember what any of these are, to be honest, because this was an old one. When somebody says could have instead of could have, most of the time I don't reply to them. I think I replied to this guy, I can't remember. But yeah, so he's clearly unhappy with what I said about a review for a movie. I can't really remember what movie it was. That's quite annoying. I think it might have been You Might Be the Killer. I'm sure that's it. But yeah, he says could have put spoiler review in the title. I don't think I did spoil that movie. I think I said a few things that may have influenced somebody's decision on what they think might be the end of the movie. I can't remember. But the movie was out for a little while after I posted it. See, when I post videos of movie reviews, if it's a brand new movie, I'll do a spoiler free review and I'll do a spoiler filled review. But when it comes to movies that don't come out in the cinema and they've been out for a while, I tend just to do a random movie review. Like I done The Last House on the Left last week, and I'm hoping that people would assume there is potentially going to be spoilers in that because it's an older movie. You Might Be the Killer is a little bit different because it was kind of new at the time, but it was already out at the time. So if I did put a spoiler in there and didn't mention it, I apologise. But the guy's comment was a little bit over the top. So the next one is 6 minutes 52. Hilarious way if saying Halloween H2O. Now I'm assuming he's meaning hilarious way of saying Halloween H2O. See, the thing about trolls is 9 out of 10 of them can't spell. And if they can spell, their grammar is absolutely atrocious. So you don't take them seriously. Now he's saying hilarious way of saying H2O, I'm assuming. Now I say H2O and H2O. That's no different from anybody else. It's my accent that he's obviously commenting on. So I'll say it now, Halloween H2O. Now that is very normal. If you don't understand that, then I don't know. Next one. This guy trying to hide his Scouser accent. Now I don't know what country this guy's from. If he's from the UK, his education on geography isn't great. And if he's not from the UK, his education on geography in general isn't great. And again, it's another accent comment. I sound nothing like a Scouser. And I know that some people say, well, we're not from your country, so we don't know where you're supposed to be from. I'm from Glasgow, Scotland, a small country in the world. And when I hear someone from America speaking, I can automatically tell which country, which city, which state they're from. And you don't have to be totally educated to understand that. You just have to know things, a little thing. I can tell you all the states in the USA. I can tell you everything about most countries that I'm educated on. People who don't understand your accent or don't know where you're from, most of the time it's because they've either never heard your accent before, which is fine, or if they have, they're just very uneducated. So next up. It'd be great if I could understand one word you're saying. I mean, that is very rude. I take it as a troll comment because he's not explained himself one bit. He doesn't tell me which part he doesn't understand. If he didn't understand a word that I'm saying, it means that he doesn't speak English or his first language isn't English. So we'll move on. So here we go. Such a shit review from somebody who didn't get it, doesn't understand or appreciate the era and the importance of the film artistically. I think this might have been one of the last house on the left comments, so this isn't an accent thing. This is just somebody who disagrees with my review and disagrees with my views on the movie. And I did mention this before, that just because I didn't agree with that person doesn't mean I'm uneducated. It just means I have a different opinion on that movie. Again, they could have worded it a little bit better if they don't want to be seen as a troll, but it's just a classic troll comment. Here we go. So, man, Irish or UK people, I can't hardly understand what they're saying. It's like they have shit in their mouth. So again, this is a classic troll comment from someone who's never heard an accent outside of his own, and his grammar is absolutely atrocious. I can't hardly understand. If you can't hardly understand, it means that you understand what I'm saying. And he uses the word there twice incorrectly. It's the right spelling for the word there, but it's the wrong spelling for the type of there that he's looking for. So I did comment on this guy because he did annoy me. I don't know why. But some people think that Irish and UK people are very similar. But I'll get to that when I come to the end. The next one, classic troll comment. This guy sure does sound like a potato. So again, another classic troll comment where they can't spell. If you're watching and this is your comment, I mean, come on, you're the potato. Next up, we've got this guy totally reminds me of a gay leprechaun. Laugh out loud. Now I do know this guy, I don't know him personally, but he comments on a lot of my videos. I think he's one of the ones who's going to get banned eventually. I don't mind the satire, I don't mind people trying to be funny. But he's been a little hatred. The hatred that he brings to most of his comments now, they're getting a little bit worse to the point where I'm going to have to ban him eventually. So what he's saying is, I sound like I'm from Ireland. And again, I'm pretty sure from Irish viewers, you'll know that we sound nothing alike. it's just another guy who's uneducated. He may very well think I'm from Ireland, and if he does, then it is a shame, because he needs to educate himself, especially with saying gay and leprechaun as well. I mean, we live in 2019, come on. This one doesn't sound like a troll comment, but I can assure you it is. He's wrote, "Why is no one talking about his accent?" This person did comment in the past about my accent, saying that they didn't understand me. And he's looking for people to talk about my accent. Again, I don't know why. It's as if that these people only think that their accent is the correct accent and everybody else's accent is wrong. I don't know. And then the last one, somebody's just simply typed weirdo. I'm assuming, again another spelling mistake, he means weirdo. He hasn't elaborated on why he thinks I'm a weirdo or a weirdo, but I can only assume that he who's left the comment is the weirdo. So that's some troll comments that I get from time to time. There is quite a few. I didn't want to go through them all. That's just a bunch that I've looked up and had a little chuckle on. They are funny. I'm not laughing at the moment, but it was funny the first time I read most of these troll comments, which most of them are. Trolls actually do it to get a laugh and a rise out of people, and I do get a few laughs in it, and I do like to comment back, like I said. But let's move on to my accent, because most of the troll comments and a lot of the good comments are about my accent. I am from Glasgow, Scotland, so I've got a Glaswegian accent. I'm from Scotland. I'm not from England. I'm not from Wales. I'm not from Northern Ireland. I'm not from Ireland either. What other countries do I get? Australia. Some people think I'm Australian as well. No, I'm from Glasgow, Scotland. For those of you who don't know where Glasgow, Scotland is, it is in the UK. It doesn't mean I'm English. It doesn't mean that London is the capital of Scotland. It's not. Edinburgh is the capital of Scotland. Scotland is a nice country. It's not one of these countries that you see, and it doesn't look like what you would see in Braveheart, because that was nearly 1,000 years ago, 800 years ago or so. So no, we've moved on from the Braveheart days. We are a big city in Glasgow, one of the shopping capitals of the world as well. So the film Fast and Furious 6, Hobbs and Shaw, Avengers Endgame, World War Z, all in Glasgow. So yeah, we're a vibrant city and we're up to date with technology. With that being said though guys, my accent, one thing I got last year, I've not had it for quite a while, but I got a lot of comments with people commenting on me saying the word 6. Now anytime I say Halloween 6, for example, I get a few comments with people saying, "He's saying sex, he." Well, no, I'm not. I mean, if you listen right now, 6, sex, two completely different words, sound nothing alike. It's just my accent on how I say 6 and sex. Now, if you're from the US, for example, and you're saying 6 and sex, they may sound similar, and they also might sound confusing to people from a different country with a different accent. That doesn't mean me, if I hear an American saying the word 6 or sex or whatever word it is that I don't understand, I wouldn't then comment on their video and say, "You're saying it wrong. The way I say it is correct, the way you're saying it is wrong." That's not the case. It's just a confusion of accents. When people listen to my accent that don't understand it, they're trying to listen to my words in their accent. And if they don't hear it in their accent, they don't understand it. So what you really have to do, guys, and this goes for everybody, myself included, if I hear someone from a different country who speaks English that has a different accent, don't try and think of it in a Glaswegian accent. For example, for me, I don't listen to everybody in a Glaswegian accent. I listen to them all individually in their own accent, and it's easy to understand. Now, if you haven't heard a lot of accents, you've not been out much, or you don't watch a lot of TV, then it will be hard for you. But if you watch a lot of TV, read the news, get out there, talk to people, then you'll understand there's more than one accent. I might do a video in the future, maybe not, about Scottish words, Scottish slang, especially Glaswegian slang. I don't think it's that necessary for me, because I don't really talk this way outside of the camera. I talk naturally to Glaswegians, but because I'm not only talking to Scottish people on this camera and on my channel, I'm talking to everybody, I tone it down. I speak as clearly as I can. So if you don't understand me over the camera, then if you ever see me face to face, you probably think, "I don't know what on earth this guy's saying." So I tone it down for this because I want everybody to understand me as best as possible. But I might do a video in the future about how Glaswegians speak, how I speak normally, and some of the words that we use, because obviously some of the words that we use are different from people in the US, and also some of the words that we use in Scotland are different from what some of the words people use in England. That's how different we can be. Anyway guys, I just wanted to touch base on the type of comments that I get that are troll-like comments, and also with regards to my accent. If you don't understand my accent, all I would ask that you do is send me a little message to say, oh listen, I really liked your video, or I hated your video, but what did you say at such and such a time on your video? And I'm more than happy to talk to you about it. If you're going to leave dickish comments about it, I'm more than likely going to leave a dick reply, or I won't reply at all. For those of you who have a YouTube channel, and for those of you who have an accent, which I'm sure everybody in the world has an accent, leave your comments down below guys. Let me know the experiences you get on your channel, and let me know what kind of troll comments that you get with regards to your accent as well. Anyway guys, thanks a lot for watching again. Thanks for subscribing. I'll see you soon. Bye bye.